blame. Sheets still holding echoes of your name. Morning came, but nothing felt the same. Told myself I'd never play this game. Rushed out, pretending I was fine. Left the truth somewhere between the lines. Thought you'd miss the meeting, stay away. But you stood there like it's just another day. You questioned everything I tried to prove, like tearing down was all you ever do. We play like rivals in every scene, but no one knows what we've been. I said it's nothing, just a reckless night. Something lost in blurred out lights. But every glance you throw my way feels like it gives too much away. We act like we were never there, like we don't have a truth to share. Calling it wrong, calling it pretend, but I don't know where this ends. Back to when I didn't know your name, just a stranger in a quiet frame. Thought you were someone I could ignore. Didn't know you'd be my hardest war. Every word you said would leave a mark. Not loud enough, but sharp in the dark. Tried my best just to make you see that I could be more than you believed in me. I even tried to soften how I say your name, hoping somehow you would change. But every time I got it wrong, you were there to prove me off. And one night changed everything we knew. Between the silence and the truth, you stood too close, I lost my ground. That's when everything spun around. I said it's nothing, just a passing flame, something we don't have to name. But every second you're near me now makes it harder not to break somehow. We act like we were never there, like we don't have a truth to share. Calling it wrong, calling it pretend, but I don't know where this ends. You said who could ever be as good as you? Like every word was cutting through. You're great at everything you do. Even your confused face is pretty too. I laughed it off, said you're just drunk tonight. Try to pull away, make it right. I said you should go, just call a ride. But you moved closer, closed the space between our sides. You whispered low, like you already knew. You want me to leave, I still don't want to. I said, didn't you say you're not that far gone? You smiled and said, I'm not, but I still want this one. And in that second I couldn't defend. You leaned in close, no warning then. Even when I'm not drunk, you said softly again, I don't wanna do this. And that's where it began. I said it's nothing, just a reckless mistake, something we could easily erase. But why does it stay when you walk away? Why does it follow me into the day? You say it's just what bodies do, no feelings tied between us two. But when you said it meant nothing then, why did it break me in the end? You pulled away like it meant nothing at all. Said last night was just a mistake, that's all. I asked if that was all we'd be. You said or more, but not for free. Friends with benefits, that's what you said. But I felt something more instead. You said love could cost too much to keep, that work and feelings never sleep. I won't lose my career for this, you whispered soft between the risks. So I laughed and played along instead. Said no feelings, just the bed. Like saying it aloud could make it true. Like hearts don't break the way they do. You said you needed time to think, then smiled before you had to leave. gave one small thank you, one small grin, and suddenly my world caved in. Now every hallway, every room feels like it still belongs to you. And every time our eyes collide, I lose the strength I have inside. We're enemies when morning comes, strangers under office lights above. But after dark, you pull me close like I'm the secret no one knows. You say it's safe if hearts don't start, if we keep distance from the hard parts. But every touch keeps pulling me in. How do I stop where this begins? The welcome party filled the night, loud voices under flashing lights. You stood there trying not to stare, but awkward silence filled the air. Then later when our worlds crossed paths, you froze like memories came too fast. Your friend kept smiling at us both like she could see what we don't show. I wondered why you act so cold, why every word feels sharp and controlled. But hidden underneath your disguise was someone trying hard to hide. They paired us up against the crowd, and suddenly you laughed out loud. I drank your drink, stood by your side, and saw your guarded walls unwind. You watched me like you couldn't look away, like maybe I was changing things. And when I held your shaking hands, I felt your heart begin to bend. We're enemies when morning comes, strangers under office lights above. But after dark you stay with me, like we're something nobody sees. You say it's safer keeping lines, no promises, no ties tonight. But every second pulls me in. How do I stop where this begins? You opened up inside my room, soft confessions under moonlight blue, then whispered low, avoiding my eyes, about the deal still on your mind. But I told you wait until you're sure, don't decide while the alcohol pours. And the way you looked at me that night made everything feel different inside. Morning came, you moved in slow, then said, before I let this go, maybe we should test this first, see if it works before it hurts. You called it just a probation phase. I almost laughed at the words you say. I said, then why not start right now? And you kissed me before I finished out loud. Now we're enemies when people see, but after hours you belong with me. Hidden touches, secret nights, pretending everything's alright. You say this ends before love begins, just two lonely hearts giving in. But then you left that note for me. You passed probation. Suddenly this doesn't feel temporary anymore, not like the nights we had before. Maybe this was never just pretend. Maybe I'm falling for my enemy again. At work we fight like nothing's there, like we don't breathe the same night air. But one small note changed everything, and now your name feels dangerous to sing. Morning light across your face, days, coffee, takeout, quiet space. When I softly said your name, your shy little smile stayed the same. A fox for me, a tiger for you, tiny sticker saying I miss you. One small kiss behind your door made my heart want something more. We hide our hands when people stare, but when we're alone you keep me there. Late night dinners, secret smiles, making hard days feel worthwhile. Maybe this was meant to stay temporary, but you're becoming my favorite memory. You planted little trees with me, sunlight falling softly through the leaves. At the event you stayed so near, finding small excuses just to keep me here. Then you leaned into my side like you forgot what we should hide. And in that quiet little scene, you felt more like mine than anything. We hide our hearts in little signs, fox and tiger late at night. And every moment, small but true, just makes me fall a little more for you. Maybe love starts quietly sometimes, with stickers, smiles, and stolen nights. You texted me, you made it home, said you're sleepy and alone. I almost asked who you were with, but sent a goodnight sticker instead. Then at work I watched you leave, hand in hand with jealousy. Tried to smile, tried to pretend, but my heart kept caving in. Then you gave a little plan to me, like you knew exactly what I need. And when you said it's not like that, the weight inside my chest relaxed. Stay here tonight, don't leave yet. I'm starting to love every little thing we get. Late night talks, entangled sheets, barefoot dancing in between. Maybe this began as something temporary, but living with you feels ordinary. Broken pipes flooded through your place, so I told you you can stay. You hesitated, then gave in, and suddenly you're moving in. 2 weeks turned into stolen time, your coffee cup beside mine. Every little thing you do makes this place feel more like you. And every night you're close to me feels softer than it used to be. Like somewhere in these quiet rooms I'm slowly falling hard for you. Stay here tonight, don't leave yet. I'm starting to love every little thing we get. Late night talks, entangled sheets, barefoot dancing in between. Maybe this began as something temporary, but living with you feels ordinary. We said no feelings from the start, no promises, no fragile hearts. But now your clothes are in my room, and home feels incomplete without you. Stay here tonight, just stay close, like this little secret is ours alone. What started as a place to hide now feels like peace by inside. Maybe other eyes quietly looking a little too much like you and me. A tiny plant beside my bed. Funny how love grows where it's never meant to spread. You stumbled home and fell into my arms, holding me close with your drunken charm. You leaned in slow, but I pulled away, remembering the words you used to say. The little plant you gave to me almost drowned in coffee accidentally. You just smiled and said it's okay, and promised to keep it safe that day. You never stayed angry for too long, even when I got things wrong. And every little thing you do makes it harder not to fall for you. Maybe we're more than what we pretend, more than late nights that never end, more than a secret we have to hide, more than strangers after midnight. They say we're not lovers, that's true, but home feels a little more like you. We fought and let the silence grow, and disappeared without letting me know. I couldn't sleep, I paced the floor, wondering what we were fighting for. Then I found the meal you left for me, a quiet act of honesty. And suddenly I understood, you only wanted what was good. So I came running through the night just to make sure you were alright. One apology, one gentle look, and all the walls between us shook. Maybe we're more than what we pretend, more than late nights that never end, more than a secret we have to hide, more than strangers after midnight. You say we're not lovers, that's true, but home feels a little more like you. Then you told me, let's talk things through, don't hide the things that hurt you. And for the first time I could see you wanted honesty from me. You said we'd be each other's place, somewhere safe from every day. And suddenly our little deal started feeling far too real. Maybe we're more than what we pretend, more than a story with rules to bend. If this is only friends with benefits, then why do our hearts fit into this? You say we're not in love right now, but I think we're getting closer somehow. You called yourself my safe place tonight, and somehow everything felt right. My friends all ask what we are now. I laugh and dodge the question somehow. They say we look like we're already there, like two hearts learning how to care. Then over dinner you said love won't last, that loyalty fades and feelings pass. You'd rather walk this road alone than build a life that won't stay strong. I smiled like your words were fine, but they kept echoing through my mind. Because while you're afraid to fall apart, woke you up before sunrise, stole a picture of your sleepy eyes. You left your lunch, I brought it there. Just another way to show I care. Then seeing it thrown away hurt more than anything that came before. Tried to leave but couldn't hide the disappointment I felt inside. You said you never asked for this, for all the things I freely give. Maybe that's true, maybe you're right, but loving you feels worth the fight. And all day long across the games we kept pretending we're the same, but every glance you sent my way felt like 1,000 words unsaid. You say love leaves and people change, that every ending feels the same, but when you look at me that way, I still believe some hearts can stay. Maybe we're standing at the edge tonight, somewhere between fear and light. And even if you're scared to start, I'm already yours with all my heart. You said, when I'm with you, I feel incredibly comfortable. I feel so comfortable that it scares me. I'm afraid I'll do something that makes you feel uneasy. I've been confused this whole time. I kept wondering if I'd end up making things difficult for you, or if I should just end this relationship and go back to being alone. But I finally figured it out. When it comes to you, I wanna try. This morning I finally spoke the truth, said I want a future with you. I didn't ask for an answer today, I'll wait for you. I'll teach you how to stay. Back at home when I was feeling weak, you stayed beside me when I couldn't sleep. I said I miss you through the day. No reply came and my smile faded away. But when the workload pulled me down, you stayed beside me through the town. You saw the tears behind my grin, the battles I was hiding in. You told me I don't have to be strong, that carrying everything alone is wrong. And when I broke down in your arms, I found a little peace and calm. You always find me when I'm lost, no matter what distance costs. When the world feels cold and rough, you remind me I am enough. Every day I fall for you, for all the little things you do, and every time you pull me close, you feel more like home. Back at work, you stood by me, helping more than you needed to be. You fixed the things that wore me down, turned my worries all around. And late at night beside your desk, I watched you work while I confessed that being near you made me smile, even if we stayed undefined. That's when you show the hurt inside, the pain you've carried all this time. You built your walls to stay okay, and pushed your heart so far away. You thought that love would only lead, that trust was something to deceive. But every tear that filled your eyes made me wanna stay and fight. You always find me when I'm lost, no matter observing that being alone felt less hurting. I held your hand and wiped your tears, wanting to erase those years. You're stronger than the things you faced, more beautiful than all your pain. And if you ever lose your way, I'll be beside you every day. You always find me when I'm lost. Now let me be the same for us. When your past comes back around, I'll be the one who stands my ground. Because you're worthy of a love that's true, a love that stays and sees you through. And if the world turns dark and cold, I'll remind you what you should know. Feel it turn into your eyes, a shadow from another life. If I reach for you without a word, and promised I'd be there first. You stood beside me through the fight, when the world kept saying I wasn't right. Every time they tried to pull me down, you were the strength that stayed around. I didn't know the fear you hid behind every smile, behind what you did. I only knew the way you cared, like somehow home was always there. You looked at me like you had something to say, like your heart was getting closer every day. I thought we were finally crossing that line, where I'd be yours and you'd be mine. So why does it feel like I lost you tonight, when yesterday everything felt right? I thought we were building something real, something neither of us had to conceal. You held my heart so carefully, then let it fall without warning me. Now I'm holding words I'll never know, from a note you never showed. Matching pajamas hanging by the bed, promises neither of us ever said. You walked away with tears in your eyes, but couldn't tell me the reason why. I kept saying sorry through the pain, thinking I was somehow to blame. But then you held me close instead and whispered you couldn't live without me yet. For one small moment I believed that everything was finally changing, like all the waiting was almost through, like forever was leading me to you. Then suddenly the walls came back, and all the future faded black. You sat across from me that night and shattered every dream inside. So why does it feel like I lost you tonight, when yesterday everything felt right? I thought we were building something real, something neither of us had to conceal. You held my heart so carefully, then let it fall without warning me. Now I'm holding words I'll never know, from a note you never showed. You said we're better off this way, that friends with benefits is where we'll stay. You said you don't see me like that, and suddenly the room went black. You thanked me for everything we've been, then walked away and left me questioning, because the tears inside your eyes didn't look like my name on that note. The house is quiet, nothing's changed, but every room feels rearranged. Your cup still waits beside the sink. Now silence says more than I think. I reach for you without a sound, but you're the one who's not around. Home was never just these walls, it disappeared the day you walked. I kept believing you'd come back, that we'd survive another crack, but every mile between us grew while I was still reaching for you. You looked into my eyes today, then pushed my love so far away. You said a kiss means nothing now, like we were strangers somehow. You said your heart was never mine. Every word cut deeper every time. If letting go was meant to save me, why does losing you still break me? You handed them the truth they needed, then quietly you walked away defeated. You left behind the missing proof, trusting I'd uncover all the truth. Everyone says you'll be alright, but they don't see me every night, calling your name inside my head, missing every word you never said. I told my friend what I couldn't hide, that half of me left by your side. If loving you is all I've known, how do I learn to be alone? And someone said you disappeared, and suddenly I felt the fear. Nothing else mattered anymore, not the case I fought before. If danger found you once again, I choose you over everything. You try to save my dreams instead, while breaking both our hearts to shreds. Maybe one day you'll finally see you never had to rescue me. I lose the world 1,000 times if it meant you'd still be mine. So I'll keep running every mile until I see your smile. No matter how far you run away, I'll always find you. I saw you stepping from the car, thinking heaven you weren't far. I held your face with shaking hands, just making sure you made it back. You looked at me through tear-filled eyes. No more secrets, no more lies. You said the words I dreamed you'd say. I only pushed you to keep you safe. You said you couldn't lose my life, couldn't watch me lose my life. Every goodbye, every broken part was only love inside your heart. I couldn't hold my tears anymore. I'd waited for these words before. So with my heart out in my hands, I asked if you'd take one more chance. Will you be my girlfriend for real? You smiled and asked me after everything. I said I'd do more than anything, more than this whole world could ever bring. You nodded yes through happy tears, washing away all of our fears. After every goodbye we've been through, love finally brought me back to you. We walked back through our little place where everything first fell in place. The couch, the room, the morning light was strangers. Slowly learned to fight, then somehow learned to laugh instead. Shared quiet nights and words unsaid. You thanked me for the love I gave, the kind that taught your heart to stay. We promised underneath the stars, no more running, no more scars. A simple kiss, a whisper bow, forever finally started now. The morning brought another test, a choice you thought was for the best. You turned it down without a doubt. Fear was all understand why you let go of all your plans. She wished you'd choose the road ahead, not the love inside your chest. Then I finally realized love isn't choosing someone else's life. It's just in every choice you make, not asking your heart to change. So I found you where the waves rolled in, the ocean quiet, the sky so dim. I held you close without a fight, and loved you the way you needed that night. Now you're chasing every dream, even oceans in between. At work we'll still pretend to fight, like nothing changes in plain sight. But when the day is finally through, home will always lead to you. Walking slowly by the sea, the luckiest thing that happened to me. Who would have thought that enemies would become each other's family? If I could live this life once more, I'd still choose you like before. Lucky we found us.